I'm staying here with Mitch Steven in San Antonio, and we're out in one of his deals here. So Mitch, tell us about this deal, please.
Well, this little beauty, David, is going to cost me about $21,000. I know we haven't got to see all of its perfection yet, but we'll get to see some of it when we go inside. But this happens sometimes. I think I have this sold to the neighbor for $48,000 with $3,000 down. As is, you fix it.
So tell us a little bit about the numbers.
Okay, well, you buy it for 21. I'll borrow 23. So I'll make $2,000 when I buy the house. And then if I sell it to the neighbor here for, gotta be quiet, $3,000 down, I'll put that $3,000 over here, and he's gonna clean it up because he's a little light on the down payment as far as I'm concerned. He's gonna clean it up and paint it and do all that stuff. And when I see that all completed, then I'll go file at the courthouse the regular mortgage and deed of trust where he's the official taxpayer of record and I am the official lien holder. And so that's creating a spread of about, what is that, $27,000, and I'm getting paid $3,000 to do it, and I'm not even going to get my hands dirty on this one if I get lucky.
So basically, this person that you're going to give the financing to when you sell this house, he's going to take care of all the cleanup, he's going to own the property, he's going to take care of all the repairs, all the rehab, and all the maintenance.
Exactly.
Now, what would your monthly payment be for all of this?
Well, I'm going to have to pay about $133, for easy math, $150 a month.
And what are you going to net per month?
I'm going to bring in $480, so what's that, $330 a month?
So you're going to get a cash flow of $330, not have to do any of the work, plus also put $3,000 in your pocket.
No, $5, because I put $2 in my pocket when I bought it. So I'll put $5,000 in my pocket, and I'll create a monthly cash flow of about $330, and not even get your hands dirty.
Great. Well, let's go see what's in here.
Good.
So everything we're going to see in here, you don't have to take care of any of this. You don't have to clean it out. You don't have to fix it up. You don't have to do a thing under your program.
If the plan goes the way, you know, what I do is I always try to buy it and not fix it first. I can take a lesser down payment if someone will come do all this work, because this work's going to cost $3,000, $4,000, $5,000. Everyone thinks that they can get this house done in $3,000 or $4,000, $5,000. In reality, to really do this house right, you got to spend $12,000, $15,000 at least. But if someone wants to give me $3,000 and start taking it on, if they make it to the promised land and they got a house and it's fixed up, my collateral is now worth $60,000, $65,000, $69,000. If they don't, I'll take over the house in whatever condition they left it, but it can't be worse than this. I mean, this is one of those houses, David, it's kind of hard to hurt. So.
And either way, you still win.
Either way, because, and they can also really win too, because they're getting in with just $3,000, and they're getting a really large credit and keeping a low house payment for doing some of the sweat equity, doing some of the labor. So the guy that's thinking about doing it lives right next door here, has lived here his whole life in that house renting. 30 years.
So think about that. We have someone that lives in a neighborhood renting for 30 years. Now this is going to be his first opportunity to buy. Apparently he has an emotional attachment to his neighborhood because he wants to buy this house right next door. He's probably going to put a little sweat equity into this. But again, you're not going to get your hands dirty at all.
That's the plan. Now plan B is, if that doesn't go through or I can't sell it and not fix it, then I'll do the most minimal part. I'll do all the cleanup, I'll pull out all the carpet, and then I'll wait, and I'm still advertising while this is going on. And then maybe I sell it for $48,000 with $5,000 down. Ask a little bit more because I'm doing the work. And then I can go the whole way. And if I go the whole way and put $12,000 or $15,000 into this house and get it all straightened out, then I'd be selling this house for around $69,000 to $72,000.
Now, is this typical of what the condition is of properties, or is this worse than some or better than some?
Well, I have seen some worse than this, but I don't like to do those anymore. They're borderline tear down, and there can be so much in repairs that you're almost better off sometimes just to start over, scrape the ground, start over. So this is about as bad as I want to get, because the bones are still good. You notice that the house is still straight.
Right.
The bones are good. The bones are straight. It just has a lot of cosmetic problems and green carpet from the 60s
And you know, well, cosmetics, as you know, it doesn't take a whole lot. It's cosmetic.
I bet you there's some nice wooden floors under here.
Probably so. About how many square feet is the house?
I'm going to say about 1350. About 1350.
How many bedrooms?
3 bedrooms, 2 baths. And the rents in this neighborhood for a nice house, $850 easy.
So if it's an $850 rent for a house in decent condition, what is the mortgage payment going to be that this new owner will have in a seller payment to you?
Okay, well, how we arrive at the owner financed price is we take the $850 and we're going to take $50 off for insurance. We're going to take $100 off for taxes. So that's going to leave them $700 for principal and interest. $700 at 10.5%, 20 years. If we use those terms, 10.5 for 20 years, they can afford to finance $70,000. So that's the finance amount. So the sales price will be 77, 78, 79, and we'll try to get a note for somewhere around 72 or 70.
Well, Mitch, thanks for the tour. Appreciate it.
You want to do another one? We got several of them down the road here. We can go up and down. We can do this all day long if you want.
Well, I've got to get back to Houston, but perhaps another time.